Hello, welcome. This is Blockchain Bloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Attila Pink, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about that Amazon shareholders pushing for minimum 5% Bitcoin allocation. So this could be major if Amazon going to make this move. Also, let's talk about that long-term holders are offloading their Bitcoin. So what's happening now with Bitcoin price and with the Bitcoin on the market? Then we have used Treasury acknowledges Bitcoin as digital gold in fiscal report. And we're also going to talk about Tether printing like crazy. We have, the FOMC meeting coming up this month on the 18th of December. What are the possibilities? And, right now, the top NFT project, Pungy Penguins, are coming out with their tokens this month, and this could be huge as well. So guys, all this in today's video, and don't forget, every single day I'm bringing you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news to keep you up to date. So if that's important for you, very simple, just subscribe to this YouTube channel. Also hit the like button if you like this kind of content. And now let's do it. And first about the prices. So, well, Bitcoin is right now a little bit down, 1.3%, 98,493 US dollar. Ethereum almost 3% down, 3,861 US dollar. Then the top gainers is Leo with 3%, Mog 1%, almost 2%, and pretty much that's it. So now the market is a little bit but going down. So we have Quant 12% down, Gala 11%, Popcat 11%. So now we have rather drops than gains here in the top 100, but also out of the top 100 as well. When we're looking at the Bitcoin candlestick chart, we can see here that we're having today so far a little red candle. And of course, when we're looking at here Bitcoin dominance, that became a bit stronger as we could see a drop at the altcoin market cap. But so far, actually, this support level worked out, and now it's pushing it a little back. When we're looking at the altcoins out of the top 10, even there we could see a decrease. That's the reason why actually Bitcoin dominance went a little bit back. But when you're looking at the big picture, then you can see that there is here a sharp decline. But it's not just a straight line. It's usually, coming down a little bit up and then down. But now it's more likely that the altcoins could get, even now a little bit stronger after Bitcoin dominance going up for long time. Look at this. I mean, like, seriously, we haven't seen there. So basically Bitcoin dominance, it's going up since September 2022, right? And now this is the very first time where we see the biggest drop, and right now we are at 55%. So guys, but let's talk about Amazon, because it could happen that Amazon also will buy Bitcoin, maybe for 5%. They could have a 5% Bitcoin allocation. So let's talk about that. So what we can see that Bitcoin is right now a hot topic, and there are institutional investors, they jumping on the train and they would like to have some allocation. But really the big thing happening if the major big companies are getting on this train as well. And if you remember, not long ago we talked about that Michael Saylor held a short pitch for Microsoft because at their annual board meeting, which is now in December, they're going to discuss to hold Bitcoin or not on their balance sheet. And now you have here the next company talking about this topic. So Amazon shareholders push for minimum 5% Bitcoin allocation. So the proposal submitted by the National Center for Public Policy Research calls for company to add Bitcoin to its treasury to beat inflation. And the company's present asset mix of cash equivalents, and bonds isn't adequately protecting the shareholders' value. The proposal added. So basically, this is what the shareholders is asking for. And guess what? If there is the push from the shareholders on the board, ask for Bitcoin allocation. And this is just like, maybe it's going to happen with Microsoft. Maybe it's happening with Amazon. But now the first thing is they're talking about it. They're discussing it. And then, if it's really happening, guess what's going to happen with other companies if the big guys are doing it. Look at here. When we're looking at the big guys by market cap, the biggest company with 3.6 trillion US dollar market cap is Apple, then Nvidia, and then we have Microsoft, and then we have Amazon. By the way, Bitcoin is already at the 7th place. So Google is, you know, coming up pretty soon, going to overtake Google by market cap. So look, now in this top 4, already these two have this as a discussion. Bitcoin having some Bitcoin allocation. So this is already a major and interesting thing. And look, we have here CZ ask Amazon to accept Bitcoin payments. You know, they have 310 million users. So these kind of things definitely could be major. So I think that's important, how institutional investors getting on the train and when the big guys are actually entering. Okay, next topic is all about that we can see some sell-offs when we're looking at the long-term holders of Bitcoin. So, well, we can see now that we had the 100,000 Bitcoin last week, first time ever in history. And now we can see some sell-off, but it's not just happening recently. It actually started really at the beginning of November. So since the 8th of November, long-term holders, wallets have held Bitcoin for at least 155 days. This is what we consider long-term Bitcoin holders, have sold 827,783 Bitcoin worth around 82.6 billion US dollar. Its current price of around 99.2 US dollar. And this has basically happened in the last, 30 days. Here you can see it exactly how that looks like. So, but Bitcoin is maintaining its strength despite the strong sell pressure from long-term holders due to retail demand also reaching its yearly highs, according to CryptoQuant's retail demand 30-day change chart, as you can see it here. So basically what's happening? Yes, the long-term holders, they're selling because they are very well in profit, so they would like to get some profit. But on the other hand, because of this 100,000 price, there are the newcomers, the retailers coming, and those guys pushing up the price. And that's the reason why actually Bitcoin is quite stable, just under 100,000 US dollar, holding itself. And because it's holding itself, not dropping sharply, but not even increasing, that's why we had some focus on altcoins recently. So interesting things happening. Okay, another important thing is that the US Treasury acknowledges Bitcoin as digital gold in their fiscal report. So the language they talk about Bitcoin in the United States is also keep changing. Look, US Treasury acknowledges Bitcoin as digital gold in fiscal report. So the US Treasury fiscal year 2024 Q4 report describes how digital assets have witnessed the rapid growth, albeit from the small base, highlighting Bitcoin's primary function as a store of value. You can actually see it here in this paragraph. So again, the way they're talking about Bitcoin and all these kind of things, the big guys jumping on the train, you know, this we actually really talking about the, this is US Treasury and their fiscal report. So it's all mentioning now Bitcoin and not in the negative way, definitely in the positive way. So this is going to have an impact definitely for sure. Right, and now let's talk about a couple of things which actually can boost the market. Let's first talk about what's happening with Tether, because they're minting like crazy. I have actually two things. One is Tether. Tether actually has minted a total of 20 billion USDT since November the 6th. So actually when we look at here, look Tether, look here on the weekly, you can see it even better. So here is the beginning of this period. So look how much they have already minted. So this is actually, crazy. And this is usually the sign that actually new people would like to enter into the space and get into other cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, altcoins, and so on and so forth. Another thing is we're going to have on the 18th of December, another one of the FOMC meetings. And when we're looking at the chances, do we going to have, a rate cut or not? 87.1% right now is saying they're going to be a 25 basis point rate cut, and just almost 13% is saying it's no. So another rate cut is coming up probably. And if it's just really happening, then we had September, the major one, the 50 basis point. Then we had another one after the 25 basis point, and now in December could come up another 25 basis point. This is definitely something which can also boost liquid market, just like crypto. So I think these are also bullish things. And let's talk about the project, because the NFT space is also starts to move. And you know, there were the top guys in the previous bull market, Bored Ape Yacht Club, but now the new top guy is coming up, and this is definitely Pungy Penguins. So Pungy Penguins are the ones, they actually really started to come up during the bear market and getting stronger and stronger. Why we could see Bored Ape Yacht Club decreasing, Pungy Penguins, you know, the price of them, everything just went up. The project which was bought and, you know, relaunched kind of in a way. And now what they're doing, they're coming out with their new token, PENGU, this month. So actually anytime. And it's important in a way. I just want to mention it. Obviously, I'm not sponsored by them. Just I would like to say just remind you what happened with Bored Ape Yacht Club when they came out with ApeCoin. ApeCoin was very successful, and those who held Bored Ape Yacht Club, they have received free airdrops. You should be very, very careful if you hold a Pudgy or maybe a little Pudgy. I don't know how it will go, but there will be a lot of scams. So don't be scammed that they be careful so they cannot steal your Pudgy, because it's getting very, very valuable right now. We're talking about like 21, 20, 22 ETH actually at the moment. It's one Pungy Penguin. And one ETH is almost 4,000 US dollars. So it's a very, very expensive thing to hold it. But it was much, much cheaper. Actually, not long ago, I think a month or two ago or something, it was just like 9 ETH, still not cheap, but there were the little pudgies. So yeah, it's interesting. And actually, here they go. So there will be that many tokens, just 8888, and because there are actually 8,888 penguins in the collection, so that's why the 8. And of the supply, approximately 26% is designed for Pungy Penguin community. So those who holding these, so pretty big amount of tokens can go there. So that could be also interesting for those guys. Okay, that's it for today. Don't forget, every single day I bring you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news to keep you up to date. So if that's important, simply subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit the like button if you like this kind of content. And yes, see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.